Now I gotta ride or die.
Day to do this, but welcome back to the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe before I do start this for the 106 for the lockdown, because we are currently in lockdown in the UK at the moment. So driveway build and serious wind is happening. Now today, I say build very lightly as I do in every video. We're going to be taking the seats out of this thing because, you know, when you buy a new car or a second-hand car, you never really know what's been left by the previous owner. I want to get underneath here. I want to WD-40 all the rails, like I said in one of the previous videos, but I want to deep clean this thing, hoover it out, and just make sure it's all lovely. I have some lovely floor mats on the way as well. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Something very simple. You guys at home could do this right now because you're not using your cars, or you're using them once a week to go to the shop. So what better time to take the seats out of your car and find out what terrible things people have left there in previous situations than right now. So let's get on with the video. Premium content as usual coming to the channel during this time. And yes, I will clean it at some point, but there is literally no point at the moment because it is not being used at this current moment, which is such a shame because I want to B-road bash the living hell out of this at the moment. But we're going to start, we're going to take the seats out and see what goodies we can find underneath, because as you guys may not remember, the Saxo VTS that RIP died at the MOT station many moons ago now, that car, we found some horrendous things in there. So we'll see what we can find. Now this is probably one of the easiest cars ever to take the seats out. There's no airbags in this one, so I think, correct me if I'm wrong, some of the later model GTIs came with airbags in the seats, something I may or may not remember from way when we had these sorts of seats in Saxo's 106s, swapping them out. So yeah, we've got a couple of bolts, so two at the back I've already done. I've got one just in there and one just in there, and the same for the other side. So literally 4 bolts, no wires or anything on the passenger side to come out, so that should just come out very, very easily. Again, this is one of probably the reasons why I bought this car. The interior itself, the actual 106 GTI seats with the Alcantara centers and leather outer, was such good condition. Yes, it needs a bit of repair here and there, but nothing a bit of leather restore won't actually get out on that, so that's all right. Not willing to change these seats out whatsoever. I absolutely love them. I think they're a fantastic original seat setup. They're very comfortable and supportive and stuff, especially for the driver, so very, very nice. So I will be keeping these in the car. A lot of people were asking if I was going to put bucket seats in this thing, and unfortunately that's not the way I'm going to be going with this. Again, the Club Sport vibe of this car, meaning that it's sort of original but very nice version of a factory car, if that makes any sense. So yeah, keeping these seats. A lot of people I did notice in the comments were putting, oh, you should buy these bucket seats and stuff. So no, gonna keep these lovely seats, but just get them repaired. And at the driver's side there has got a little nick. Other than that, very, very good quality condition interior for its age and mileage. One seat out of the car. Now, rather uneventfully, there's nothing. This is how clean this car is. I was sort of expecting a couple of things. I think you guys remember, or may not remember, the Saxo had like needles and nappies in it, but it was a very cheap car. So yeah, a bit of an anticlimax there, not gonna lie lads. It's a little bit cleaner than I was expecting it to be. I was genuinely thinking there was gonna be something underneath here, but there's nothing. So as I sit in the back of the car and get the last few bolts out of the front seats, the things I want to sort of say in this video, and if you've made it this far, thank you so much. It means a lot to me at this point that you are sat in, staying home, supporting the idea that coronavirus is a really bad thing. And please be very mindful that every creator, and I've said it multiple times on my last videos, is going through a seriously rough patch at the moment. So please, as I drop the bolt, please be incredibly mindful about what you put online at the moment. I have been, as I sometimes do, bombarded with negativity on some of the videos, just through people not understanding that I'd made loads of content before this whole virus thing started. So it's one of those things I wanted to point out again. Today, right now, we are on lockdown. It's full on lockdown now, as in I'm not leaving the house. I'm literally going out once a week to FYD to post your orders, and once a week at the same time to actually go and get food. I'm just trying to create as much content to make myself busy in this time, because everything that I was booked in for this, the RS3 and the truck, it's all cancelled for the foreseeable future, which is such a shame. That obviously puts a bit of a negative spin on a channel, especially one where it's, at the moment, my channel is very dedicated to the cars I own and what I'm doing to them. This, again, I did actually make a full video about this, explaining what was going on with this car and what was coming, but I shot it in, I wasn't really happy with how I shot it, if I'm honest, so I deleted it. And I wanted to sort of point out that this should actually, right now, today, it would be broken down in a body shop. It would actually be being resprayed right now, which is a huge shame. Do not buy one of these Gorilla things. They're absolute, oh my god, it won't take the weight of a G7X. That's so stupid. Because yeah, this car should have been, as I've said, in the body shop right now. It should have actually been broken down, and we would be respraying it, as in me, the person that is going to help me respray it. I would have, you know, broken it down through a couple of videos and blah blah. That is an unfortunate thing, because I've just got this car. I'd booked in so much for this thing, you have no idea. It's all been cancelled, or at least moved considerable months, because obviously the backlog in workshops and paint shops or wherever we're going is quite high at the moment. Just like my RS3 video that I've shot before this, so go back and watch it. That's delayed, this is delayed. I'm just trying to keep you guys entertained, keep myself entertained. I don't want to be bored, and I love cars, so if I can take you guys with me just through doing simple things to a simple car, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Right, driver's seat is out. Whoop, whoop. And again, unfortunately, we are met with nothing. I genuinely thought there was going to be something else underneath here. What we will do is, I've accidentally popped the back up a minute ago, but I'll go through it with you guys. Speaker cover missing, need to get a new one of them. And yeah, this is actually fully off, that seat. Okay, so here we go. This is why I'm sort of doing this video. These two clips I think they are, to actually keep this back seat in, are not in the car. So I'm assuming these seats have been out before. Yeah, so these, if you have these for this side, driver's side of a Peugeot 106 GTI or 106 or any 106, I'm assuming it's pretty much similar. I need those two little metal thingies there. I'm gonna say it again, I'm so sorry that this is an anticlimax. I genuinely thought there was gonna be stuff under it. Do you remember? Again, I'm going back to the Saxo. It had needles and nappies in it, and this has nothing. So it just shows how clean this car actually is. Now what we're gonna do is give this a good scrub, hoover out, all that sort of good stuff. I genuinely thought there was gonna be more in here. There isn't even stuff like collected anywhere. That just shows that this car's been looked after. Thumbs up. Right, super nerdy adult talk. Well, my girlfriend bought one of these sharks, little like detachable things. Fantastic for hoovering cars out. I used to be a Dyson fan way back when, but I think I've converted. Shout out Shark. Show you guys a quick before and after. So this is how it was. Not too bad, but could still do with a good hoovering. Now I'm spending about 20 minutes each side hoovering. I know it sounds a lot, but the difference is literally night and day. It looks like a brand new carpet in this. I do want to wash this down, but I haven't got any product at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. I wanted to do this all at once, but that is something I want to do, is get a bit of product, scrub that down, scrub all this down as well. But all in all, from that to that, I understand it doesn't look crazy different on camera. There is a huge difference from my eyeballs of how this looks. So there we go. Very, very simple, I know, and I understand this isn't the best context ever to go with any video of a 106 GTI or whatever, but this is something anybody can do. Pull your seats out your car and just give it a deep clean at the end of the day, and that's what I've done. So super happy. No crazy rust that I found as well around the seat belts and stuff, which is always a good shout for a little French hot hatch like this. But yeah, super happy with how the carpet's come up. Very impressive. I would have, and another thing, because I've seen it in a couple of comments, I would have gone with red carpet, because you can change the 106 GTI carpet out for red carpet, but I wanted to keep the grey, and that makes me sound really, really stupid and old, but I like the grey, and I know that sounds so silly, but if you want an original one, I'm gonna have to keep the carpet, because I like it in a weird way. Next up, we're going to do all of the seats. Just again, get right in there at the end of the day. No crazy context. Anybody can do this for their car. Let's crack on. Next thing, now the back seats are in, I'm going to start just cleaning down each seat. I've just left some interior cleaner stuff, some random stuff that I had lying around on these back seats, just to get all the grubbiness of them off them. Learn how to speak, mate. But yeah, there's a lot of grubbiness on, especially the headrest for some reason, so we're going to attempt to get that off now. So back seats completely done. Super happy with how they've came out. They look like a brand new pair. In person, they look even better than they do on the camera. All of the suedes come out really nice from the interior clean that I've just used. All the leathers looking good as well. So super happy with how the back of the car looks at the moment. Look at that. Right, let's start with the front seat. Passenger seat. Go back in. Also, just want to point out, before you start, the battery was disconnected prior to me taking these out. Just so you know. Just because I didn't put it on camera doesn't mean it didn't happen, right? Right, tighten up the last on the passenger seat now. If you are going to do this, I take no responsibility for you not tightening your seats back up. Just make sure they're tight. Go over them 4 or 5 times just to make sure you're happy, because you don't really want to start breaking in your seat come with you towards the front of the car. No one needs that. Well, the camera's just fallen apart. What is this? What? Right, new camera incoming. Once all this virus stuff's over. Literally just picked the front of the camera up and that's come off. What? Anyway, carry on. So, front seat back in, bolts in, the seat belt orange thingy connected, and I'm super happy with how all of this has come out. I know it's such a small thing, but having a clean interior on especially an older car, take you guys into the back, it's just one of those things. I absolutely love it. So clean, so fresh, and it's simple things like this you can do during the lockdown, obviously, if you have a driveway and you can get to your car. You could do this as well. Very simple, very easy, and it does make a huge difference, mainly down to the driving and being in the car. Obviously, you spend a lot of time inside your car when you're actually driving, when you're allowed to, but when it all is over, when this lockdown is up, we can go and enjoy this thing, knowing full well it is completely decontaminated of horribleness. It is fully fresh carpets and everything. Just waiting on my floor mats now that I've bought. Excited to get those in. Now the car is basically completely mint inside. Just scrubbed the dash down as well, and that's come out really good. Nice, clean, original interior in the 106. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you're staying at home. Make sure you're following your government's guidelines towards lockdown and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, I'm doing stuff on my driveway, on my own, at my house, so I'm more than allowed to be doing this, which is a massive bonus for me. It means I can crack on with little bits and bobs and keep the content flowing on the channel. That is the key right now, creating content. Yes, I understand it isn't the most exciting content, putting wipers on a car, cleaning it out, all that sort of stuff, but I'm still trying to make content, keep my mind going and this channel alive and everything. Check out fydapparel.com. we've got a couple of drops coming very, very soon at the end of this month. Very, very big one, very exciting one as well. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.